everybody, it's Rachel up here from Mrs. Clean in Niagara, and I'm here with Majeed, and we're doing business from the beach. Today we're doing a little Q&A with some of my friends on Facebook who are also other business owners. So let's give the people some answers.
Give them their answers.
So Matt asked, how do I draw up my own contract to ensure the company I hire to, and I don't like his wording, manipulate my designs for print, but maybe he means to make his designs for print, and embroidery on clothing, that they don't have the ability to claim ownership of my logo designs, and branding? I actually have an answer that comes to mind that maybe you can elaborate on. I think he should invest in something like Legal Shield, because for a low cost of like $25 a month, he can get legal advice at his fingertips.
You know, I just spent 4 or 5 days with a lawyer here, so I'm like super suspicious of everything now, because that's how lawyers make me. I can't give you specific advice because I don't use
Legal Shield.
Legal Shield. What I can say is any contract is only as good as the person who signs it.
Yes.
If you don't trust the person, don't think that a contract is going to save you. All right? There's got to be trust in the relationship. So, of course, if you want to write it out and get it signed, but only work with people that you trust. So, of course, in your agreement, you say, we reserve the sole right to the ownership of our designs. Even if you have that written, even if it's signed, if you're working with a crooked person, they're going to steal it.
They can also do like a non-disclosure with the person they're working with.
Yes. Now, I'll say this. It's probably a fear that is unfounded. People are not going to steal your stuff and run with it, and even if someone does and they out-execute you, they deserve to win in the market. You got to out-execute. Just imagine anybody stealing your ideas. You just got to out-execute.
Very good. Okay. Sarah asked, and Sarah is a local store owner that it's called, like, she does all handcrafted items from local handmade crafters.
Love it, Sarah.
So she's great, and she makes some of the best pumpkin spice lattes ever. She says, thanks for the inclusion on your Wicked Workation. I guess the only issue I have right now with the business is getting more people into the shop. I'm trying to figure out the best way to market, trying new things, promotions, giveaways, etc. We are getting busier, but I need more people from outside of the area to know about us, and Facebook necessarily isn't cutting it.
And this is a store with foot traffic?
It's right downtown St. Catharines, which is, it's not even up and coming anymore, it's just coming. Like, it's an amazing part of Niagara.
Cool.
The city's put a lot of money into the business owners upgrading the exterior of their buildings. So,
and it's what kind of business again?
It's like a handmade craft market, but she also has a cafe there. She will do little craft shows.
Easy.
It's fabulous.
So you got food. Stand outside and give free food.
Sarah, I'm coming.
You got to stand outside because you got foot traffic, all right? Think of it like a school of fish flying by, and you could either sit on the dock and go, man, I sure wish some of those fish would jump up on the dock, or you could jump down in the water with a big net. And a big net is chocolate, it's hot chocolate, it's coffee. Just like stand outside with a tray, because when they receive from you with appreciation, they will feel some debt of gratitude and want to stop in. So that's how you capture foot traffic, is if they're going by, you create something irresistible, which is your smile with a tray of delicious goodies. Okay, and if you want to advertise to get people in, promotion, limited time only, while supplies last, target your ideal customer. Where does your ideal customer reading and watching and hanging out? Go to your ideal customer. If you want a hint of what your ideal customer is, look at your current customer list and start capturing, if you're not already, capture their contact information so that you can send out, hey, love you guys, being my customers, because you're my awesome customer, I'm giving you guys this 25% off coupon. It's only available for the next 14 days. Come on into the store and use it. Right? So work your current customer list, work your target market, so who are you trying to attract and advertise to them, and then work your foot traffic with some irresistible, I gotta stop and taste that.
Sarah, give me a call. Olivia and I will come up, we'll set up a lemonade stand of sorts, and give some money to the local Humane Society, which Olivia always likes doing. We'll get some people in your store and teach my daughter how to be a little mini boss.
Awesome.
We like it. Okay, Katie Katie is gotta be, I don't even call her a hairstylist, she's a hair artist. This gal is young, really, really super young. Recently left her old salon and set up a new salon with a colleague. Her question is give me some marketing tips, and I should say she's really good on Instagram, but give me some marketing tips for new stylists or ways to reach more people about Pretty & Co., which is the salon she co-owns.
How to reach more people. Yeah. So your greatest advocate is always going to be your current customer, because every time they come to you, they always are saying with their wallet, their credit card, they're saying, I like you, I know you, I trust you, take my money because I value your service more than my money, let's trade. That's a transaction, right? As a gift for them being a loyal customer, you give them a half price coupon to give to someone else, right? So for the period of 48 hours after a haircut, everyone's saying, good haircut, where'd you get your haircut? They should be equipped with coupons in their pocket. Now, not a free cut, because a free cut, someone will come, they'll get a free cut and they'll not come back. But a half price cut, at least they're invested in that, and then you use that opportunity, the half price cut, you use that to explain to them, here's your style of hair, this is the specific type of face shape that you have, and so you demonstrate an understanding of their specific needs for their hair, and then it's your responsibility to rebook and put them on a plan. Once a month, you come in, or if you want to do the blowout, what did you call it?
I desperately want blowouts, Katie.
Blowouts.
Like, a couple times a week. So, you know,
Get them in for the blowouts.
What if she did like a blowout subscription where maybe it's $99 a month?
Love
and
subscriptions.
we can come in and have our hair blown out
Love
as often or not as often as we want.
Yeah, so there's subscriptions where you would be paying a certain monthly fee and you would get a certain thing in return.
Yeah,
and then there's membership.
Yes.
And membership is like, for example, Costco, you spend $100 and you have the privilege to shop there, right? And so you're more likely to go to Costco. Or my auto mechanic, he has a car care club. For $200 a year, you get all these crazy discounts. So it's like, of course you'd spend the $200, and of course you're going to do all your mechanic work at him because you have a membership. So membership's a great model.
And if Katie is lucky, they will use their Pretty & Co. membership like most use their Good Life membership, where they'll go a couple months of the year and they'll end up making more money when people aren't showing up as often. Katie, honestly, you gals do such a good job on social media. I really want to encourage that you continue to do what you're doing currently. Maybe request that your clients also use a certain hashtag on social media, and maybe some paid Facebook ads. You have an audience, you have a lot of followers on your social media, and you're doing a really great job to begin with. So.
And if you have something that's low cost and high value, high perceived value, like someone would normally pay $20 or $30, say for a paraffin wax, right, where you just put the hand in, comes out, it's waxy, it's super nice. You say, if you do the hashtag and post on social media, we'll give you this thing that only costs us like $1, but it's worth, its perceived value is $20 or $30 as a bonus or treat to thank you for sharing. It's great.
Or free Wi-Fi if you check in from Pretty & Co. That's even another option that one
Free
of
Wi-Fi.
my friends
Lovely.
do. Yeah.
And before and after pictures are great, and especially when the before picture is particularly ugly, so you can get them to make like an ugly face, make like a crazy hair face, take a picture.
Get
finish
this shot,
job.
Katie, for my next appointment, my next before.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Katie, you're rocking it. So Dina, who is a social media strategist, and she's really great. She does a blog. Dina is in her 40s. She's single and living at home with her parents again. So her blogs are super interesting, and I always make sure I read them.
Cool.
So Dina says, what are the 3 top systems an entrepreneur needs to have in place in their business in order to be successful? I feel like you're an expert in this.
Totally got a good answer for you. The 3 systems are lead generating system, sales conversion system, and product delivery system. So there's really 3 parts to business: leads, sales, and product delivery. So leads are people that might buy from you. Sales are conversations that you have at the end of them say, okay, let's do work together. Right?
Okay.
Not all the sales conversations end with let's do work together, but you have a certain number of conversations, and a certain percentage of those say, okay, let's work together. So that's a sale. So having a system for consistently generating leads, we've got some business owners here, Trustello, that's what they do. They just like give you qualified leads, so that's awesome. Sales, the system you want, is a systematic process of asking questions and listening and making an offer so that you can invite them to be your customer. That's a system that you want to be really systematic about. You want to be really process oriented about how you have that conversation. And then the last one, product delivery, is you want to be able to know step by step how you roll out the delivery of your product so that you can consistently get the results that you promise. So lead generation, sales conversion, and product delivery, those are the three systems.
Very good. Okay, I have a gal that's actually in the cleaning industry locally as well, and her name is Becky, and she wants to know how to cut employee costs, or the best way to cut costs in general.
Okay, so is this a competitor? Should I give like bad
You know
advice?
what? No, we don't consider ourselves competitors.
What's her name again?
Becky, and she's with Just Made It, and we have a lot of kind of coaching calls together and learn off of each other's businesses.
So Becky wants to do what again?
She wants to cut costs within her business.
Okay.
Which I know how hard that is in the cleaning industry.
Yeah.
We have high costs.
Okay, gotcha. My honest answer is don't focus on cutting costs, focus on driving revenue. Because it's more fun when you can actually invest a lot back into your business, increase your profit margin so cost cutting is not a priority. Now, to answer your actual question, you'll know that 80% of your costs come from 20% of the sources of costs. So you might have 100 different things you spend money on, but 20 of them will account for 80% of your costs. And finding 2 or 3 of the highest cost areas and reducing, and just by asking yourself the question, how can I do this at a lower cost? Work some creativity, pen and paper, just come up with some ideas. But the key is identify the highest areas of cost and look at how you can get similar results or the same results on a lower cost.
I can only assume it's staff because I'm in the same business.
Yeah.
I think our highest cost is our staff wages.
Yeah, and that's hard to do. That's really hard to do because...
I have an answer for you, Becky.
Yeah.
How about you give up your chemical cleaners and you come and see me at the office and I'll save you a ton of money on the products that you're using currently. I just saved her $1,000 a year, if
Boom.
not more. Okay.
There you go, checks in the mail.
Next, Brandy, who is also in the cleaning industry. Brandy's a sweet, sweet gal that I met at trade shows. She wants to know, she's having an issue right now where she's literally trying to clone herself, and I remember being there, where she's having other employees go into the cleaning, but the clients are not happy because it's not Brandy's services.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Okay.
I actually have some advice on that. Brandy, honestly, love, you're going to lose clients, and you just have to be okay with that. You're going to have to restructure your business.
Yeah.
You're going to have a new game plan, and you're just going to have to be content with losing clients. But at the same time, you're going to make space for new clients that never really knew your cleaning style, and they'll be more than happy with the new gals you're bringing.
Yeah.
I find this actually isn't even a service issue. It's more of the client's mindset that the owner of the company and only the owner of the company can do a fabulous job, and it's not the truth.
So yeah, so the client has a relationship with the owner.
Yes.
That should remain, I believe. It's already intact. It's already positive. Now, you actually doing the job is not necessary. That's not the relationship. So the execution of the job, in order to increase consistency and to be able to guarantee that someone else can deliver what you do, you want to document your process. And one way you can do that is, sit down, open a Word document, and say, here's what I do. The very first thing when I walk in the room, the very next thing I do is this, and bullet point it out. Then hand it to someone else, and then have them watch you do your whole job with a clipboard and go, okay, so now she opens up the bottle, now she closes the bottle, now she moves to the vacuum, okay? Real detailed out. Then get someone else to execute using your process and see what mistakes they make, which is going to allow you to improve the process again, see what kind of questions they have that weren't documented. This is how you go from being the engine of the business to being a business owner, is documenting the process and letting someone else do it and continuously improving the process so that the consistency gets better and better and the quality stays high.
That's very valid. I wish I had you like 15 years ago when I was going through this. Okay, Jennifer. Jennifer has what you would call a made-up problem, but it's so real for her. Jennifer, less than I think a year ago, opened one of Niagara's only gluten-free bakery. This woman is not a baker, she's a magician. She makes tofu taste like cheesecake. Like, it's incredible.
Wow.
Like, she is sitting on a gold mine with this business.
Okay.
Jennifer's question, she goes, it's my question, a bit of a problem. It's the next step I need to overcome. I need to know how to manage the fine line between growing too fast, biting off more than I can chew, and meeting the needs of those who want my product. Do I expand when the demand is so high, or do I stay patient and humble, enjoy my first year? I don't even think she's post her first year. I have a business that could easily be franchised. At what point do I take a step back and start working towards that? And really, where do I start? I'm so overwhelmed with my success.
Cool, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Awesome. Okay, so there's two types of expansion. There's customer expansion and there's cost expansion. Do the customer expansion. Get more customers, but don't start buying a bunch of equipment and a bunch of overhead and hiring a bunch of people. You want to keep those costs low as much as you can to stay lean. That's one of your assets right now, because you can make mistakes when you're lean. The bigger you are, expense-wise, the more impactful mistakes are.
She actually started off with a really, pimped out shop.
It's awesome.
It's amazing.
Cool. Now, as far as franchising, I personally believe that every business should treat their own business as though they are going to franchise it. Meaning, imagine someone's going to hire your business and run it for you, and you should be able to give them a binder that is a manual to run the thing, even if they don't have your areas of expertise. And the benefit of that is it creates systems and processes and documentation that people can come in and run parts of those business, whether or not it ever franchises at all. So start now with your franchising idea. Don't worry about franchisees coming to buy a franchise, but worry about creating a product that someone else could run a business.
Get it set up.
Focus on growing your customer base while keeping your costs low. And I personally, I think the fear of growth is just it's a correlation of fear of success. It's not that your business is actually going to break. It's that you are going to become at a level of success that you're not yet quite comfortable with mentally, and that'll come.
And what I've learned this week working with you is that, as you make more money, you can hire more people to help you at the level that you need help at.
Totally.
Okay.
So if you see some smoke coming in our
we're
background,
getting
we got
smoked
some
out by the barbecue.
And I see there's a beautiful sunset I want to go catch here in a minute, so let's do last question.
One last question. I saved this to last because it really kind of correlates with the problems I'm dealing with. So Allison, who owns my Pilates studio that I go to, Movement Unlimited in Front Hill, people often complain that our prices are expensive. We charge less than our competition and less than those with way less knowledge or experience. I need to increase my prices, especially for the 1-hour private sessions. I need help with this. How do I go about changing my prices?
Okay.
I think she's worried about upsetting people, kind of like I am.
Yeah. Well, there's two ways of increasing your prices. There's the marginal increase, where you keep the same kinds of customers. Some of them are a little upset and they leave. Some of them are like, well, that's fair enough. And this is less than 20% price increase. Where, they go, well, that makes sense. Costs go up over time. And some people will leave, and it'll be your worst clients that leave, so that's kind of good. And I'm a big proponent of raising your prices because it creates profit margin. A lot of early stage business owners, they make such a narrow profit margin, barely covering costs, that any kind of mistakes and they're paying out of pocket and they're losing money. Now the second kind of raising your prices is such a quantum leap that it's going to attract a different level of clientele. Think of the difference between like a $15 haircut and a $150 haircut. You can take a $15 haircut and turn it into a $20 haircut, and you'll probably keep a lot of the same customers. But if you turn a $15 haircut into a $150 haircut, now you're looking at pouring cappuccinos for your clients and upgrading the space and doing the blowouts and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different service. So you can choose to have an incremental increase and not really change your service at all, and people will be okay with it. Some people might leave. Or you can create a quantum leap and just know that pretty much all your customers are going to say, whoa, this is not what I signed up for, that's something else, and then you'll be starting with a different clientele.
Yeah. And Allison, you're so good at what you do, and you're so knowledgeable, so just believe in yourself and your price increases. Just
do it. Do the price increase.
I did the math today. It upgrades you like Beyonce, just by a couple of dollars. Anyways, thank you so much for doing this with me and answering my badass business women questions. I'm going to tag Majeed in this video. and follow him. He does one-on-one coaching calls. He, like, tell the people what you do, actually. You know.
So
better
I
than
help
do.
badass businesswomen like Rachel make more money and have more fun. And the way that I do that is I help them tell their story in a way that's authentic, that attracts the right kind of client, repels the wrong kind of client, and help them create a premium offering that attracts the best kinds of customers so they get to work less, make more money, and have more fun.
It's been amazing. I've learned a lot. If anyone wants to join me in Ottawa this coming, when did I say,
May.
winter? I was going to go
Oh,
winter.
you're gonna come winter.
I'm going to come in the winter.
Cool.
If anyone wants to join me, we're going to do the Badass Businesswomen Spa Retreat. And
Yes. I do a
it's
spa
amazing.
retreat called Mastermind Spa. It's all-inclusive, several nights, and spa time, and then we design the ideal lifestyle, build the business and the ideal customer that makes work feel like play, and then creates kind of a council of advisors for each other that my hope is they kind of become lifelong connections. And if I can facilitate that, we do it women only because there's women specific issues and they like to connect to each other. I do a men's only
We got our
as
tribes.
well. You got your tribes, your boss babes.
Yeah, so I have to say, I have learned so much over the last 3 days. This has been totally worth my time and effort and money to get here. I would recommend these retreats to any one of my friends on social media. It's been a pleasure to come and spend time with you and
Thank
pick
you.
your brain. So
Thank you.
Majeed. All
My
right.
pleasure. Thank you.
Over and out, everybody. Goodbye for now.